Hello, everybody. It's Brian, and I am here, and I am poorly lit. There we go. All right, I am no longer poorly. Well, I'm somewhat more poorly lit. It's Tuesday, and glad you could be here on my what is it? So it's like Monday to Electric Boogaloo. So day has didn't go as planned, right? We had a car in for repair. My daughter's vehicle has a hybrid type system, a stop start hybrid that needs an $800 battery, or what I'm hoping isn't an $800 battery, to replace the one that is about 10 years old inside of the Subaru there. So we're God, it just sucks because it's not a very big battery. It's just because of specialization and probably purposeful nonconformity by Subaru on their part. You can't just put a regular car battery into that spot. It's just different enough, and the size is just we went in to replace it, which should have been easy to do because we'll just replace one battery that's in a car in a similar form factor with another one. Well, no, this one's slightly wider than the what the typical car battery would be. It's a special battery that has to be found. So standardization is important, and Subaru doesn't have it in this case. So we are going to spend some time at a dealership to replace a battery that, if I could find one myself, I'd give it a shot, but there's some ECU issues and it's not going to be cheap. Specialized labor, specialized steps involved in making sure that you don't destroy the system. I mean, the car still works. It's very similar to an escalator. As Mitch Hedberg said, I got stuck on an escalator once when it broke down. I don't want to murder his joke because I pretty much did, but it's like, you get stuck on an escalator when it's not working, you just use it as stairs, right? So the car is working. It's just we don't want to, we want a fully functional vehicle. So we're going to go and get it fixed. So if you're watching the VOD and not lurking or whatever, hello lurkers, hello lurkers, lurk nation, lurk, justice for lurkers or whatever. Good discussion with accidental CISO Sunday. Tuesday's often the worst Monday. That's right. So I posted up our discussion with accidental CISO on our YouTube channel. Let me go find that for everybody. Not sure why it's not in the right place. Why is our most popular video freaking Zig programming? What did I do wrong? What did I do to hurt you people? Let me go see here. There it is. Oh, that's because it's unlisted. Okay, I think we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and make it public so everybody can go and see it. Ideally, what I'd love to do one day is make it so that there's the YouTube link for accidental CISO. We had a good time. Here's me, here's Ms. Berlin, Mr. Betcher, and of course, accidental CISO's in a what the hell? Oh, is in a trying to keep themselves in a semi pseudo anonymous kind of format. So I don't know why they do that. It's all right. Whatever makes them more comfortable. So we were wanting to make sure that got a good couple, I'd say about an hour and a half worth of good content. If you hadn't had a chance to go watch it, I just posted it up publicly there. We had Bill come on and Jared. We actually have a show planned with Ms. Bat this weekend on the 4th. So come and join and learn about all of the current hiring practices. And Ms. Bat, of course, is going through this process herself. I don't know if if Ms. Bat is gainfully employed yet, but she was currently looking. She is currently looking for a position, as far as I know. So we'll get to talk to her about her trials and tribulations having to deal with hiring in 2024 with, all kinds of folks involved in, AI and, recruiting and what have you. So, yeah, so the other thing is I have to go pick up my daughter at, well, I don't know. She said her class gets out about 4:30, so we'll see what happens. But so I posted. Okay, so this is exactly what we're talking about here. I found this link. Somebody had posted this up. This is a little startup, little mom and pop organization looking for a global security operations associate. So SOC analyst, kind of, working in their global SOC in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Little mom and pop organization. Which let me hold on one second. Let me move it over. Okay, there you go. Now you can see the insignia. A little mom and pop organization here, known as the NFL. They're barely making ends meet, so they have they need somebody to it's great that they're trying to hire somebody at an excellent rate of $24 an hour to be a global junior. Global associate, which, there's a lot wrong with this job description. I put it up and I made light of it because if you read the responsibilities, this is an associate level position, by the way. Manage and assist various physical security technology systems, video management, access control, shot detection, by the way. I'm not assuming camera shots. I'm thinking gunshots, camera analytics, mass notification tools, and incident management systems to detect, facilitate, and document the response of a potential security or safety incident. Serve as a key resource. So you're going to be, key resource for the GSOC informal and informal requests for research, general inquiries, incident management, and analytic support related to the NFL offices, domestic and international. It goes through and it's like you're going to support the director preparing regular reports on performance and development of the GSOC. This is an associate level position, by the way, at $24 an hour. Qualifications, 1 to 3 years of already working in a GSOC, which, I'm assuming 1 to 3 years in a GSOC, you are an associate at the previous position. So how are you going to come over here to the NFL's GSOC and be an associate? Or, venue building command centers, emergency dispatch centers, intelligence fusion centers, or other similar command center environments. Or experience in emergency management, public safety, intelligence. And that is not or, it's probably you must have these things. These are required, right? So 1 to 3 years. Strong computing skills and comfort with data input and analysis. Microsoft tools and services, and experience doing extensive research in support of projects. Just projects, random, any kind of projects. They give you the other duties as assigned down here. So, your boss, other duties as assigned. The other thing that gets me is, and I've seen this on more than one recent job hiring, this job posting contains a pay range, $24 an hour to $24 an hour. So, huge pay range, as it represents the range of salaries or hourly rates that the NFL believes in good faith at the time of this posting that it might be willing to pay for the posted job in the location specified. Seriously, $24 an hour? I think when I posted this up on Twitter, several folks said, you make more money at McDonald's than you would as an associate in a GSOC at the NFL. I don't know if that's the going rate in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, because you obviously also can't work remotely. You have to work in a hybrid environment, which means you must live in the area of which you work, because you'll have to commute at some point to Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Where is the NFL SOC? Let's see. NFL operations, Mount Laurel, New Jersey. I'm guessing this might be one of those things. Yeah, see, here's an operations manager position. You must have a bachelor's degree in information technology, computer science, or related field, proven experience in IT ops, system installs, administration. What's the 120 to 170K a year? This is one of those things that's like, okay, you work for the NFL, so maybe they're trying to say, well, there's benefits for working for the NFL. Like, you really like the NFL, you really like football, so I don't even know if you'll be able to watch games when you're playing or when you're working. So I don't know what that looks like. It's just they're real. I mean, that's a laundry list of things. Oh, travel and coverage. This position requires a candidate to work weekends, holidays, shifts outside of normal business hours, and overtime. Okay, so not only are you getting 120 to 170K a year, you have to work overtime. And I don't know what that looks like in New York or New Jersey. Oh, and you're traveling between New York, New Jersey, and California and satellite offices throughout North America and internationally. I would hope that this travel is, and internationally. Okay, so you might end up having to travel internationally for God knows what. Man. Yeah, so again, it's chicken feed. It's chicken feed. I don't know what the NFL is thinking. Tuesday is a better Wednesday than it is a Friday. Hello, Age. Just there was a lot that happened today, so I had to. It's just there was a lot that happened today. I had to go to. So I went to the oil changing place because they were the ones who had mentioned the backup battery on my daughter's car and had offered to replace it before, and I said no, it's not that kind of battery. And then they said, oh, yeah, we can't replace that. You need to go to AutoZone. So I went to AutoZone. They're like, yeah, we don't have those batteries. And even if we did, we wouldn't do it because of security, or not security, but safety issues. So, yeah, that's why we ended up having to do that. But, yeah, Tuesday is a better Wednesday than it is a Friday. Yeah. Monday for me is almost the better Friday at this point, because it at least these last 3-4 weeks, not a lot of shit's been happening on Monday. It's like everybody comes back from the weekend and they're like, I really don't want to work, really don't want to do these things. So yeah, it's just interesting to feel that. I still can't get over this one here. This just kills me. All this shit that you need to have as an associate, and they're paying you $24 a freaking hour for this shit. I don't even have prices here for or costs for this one. I think I found this one on LinkedIn. Where was it? Yeah, this one. I don't even know how they can say in good faith that this is what it might be willing to pay. I feel like I should mail a box of Hornets to whoever's in charge of the remote control feature of Teams. And I don't. What do you mean there? We just moved over to M365 at my workplace, and it got postponed because there were some Mac users that couldn't migrate properly. So interesting there. Oh, Chris. It was borderline infuriating to use during my interview this morning. Oh, well, other than Teams issues, how did that go? Because that's the other thing. If you get hired on their age, you're going to be using Teams, right? I know beggars can't be choosers, but it might be important feedback for them to go, look, your Teams is not good. Do you know if it was a problem with your internet, or if it was a problem with their internet, or just Teams in general? They gave me 15 minutes to use their SIM. It was going extremely well until I had to do that part of it. Oh. Wow, they literally let you on their SIM? That's a interesting trust exercise there for them. Was it some kind of exercise that was like, hey, here's 100,000, messages, find the alert or find the right, one? Yeah. I don't know what examples that would be, but yeah, that makes me angry. It was an exercise, fill out this template with this particular log. Oh, okay. Interesting. It's you don't think that they were actually the one thing I've often wondered about these exercises they have you do online is that legitimate work that they're getting for you from free? Or because I've seen that on Twitter a lot. People are like, hey, they want you to code up something, or they want you to do this project to show that you're good, and it's like there's no controls in place. There's they take that information and then you just don't get the job, and then you've spent what 3-4 days of your time writing up something they conceivably could reuse internally and not give you any kind of credit for it. No, it was just simple form kind of thing. Oh, okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, it almost feels like for those kind of job interviews where they're like, hey, here's a coding project, do this thing. You're like, is this something they want to solve internally and didn't have time to do, and they want to find out if you actually do that? If they wasted an hour to get me to fill out a report, they're in the wrong business. Yeah. My problem with filling out reports is I tend to get a little over specific. I don't know if that's because the now diagnosed ADHD is asking me, because I'll go through a form and I'm like, oh, do they want this or do they want this? When they ask a question like that, and it's like, is that one of those things where I should tell the truth, or am I trying to figure out what they want or what I'm willing to give them in terms of that? Yeah, sometimes I get a little. I actually have trouble filling out a lot of forms like that, especially like medical forms where they are asking a lot of questions that I'm not sure that one, they need that information, or two, what does it tell them about me? So I've run into a few things like that. What is this? Oh, yeah. Thin cord. Oh, okay. So I was one of the people we're looking to interview for the show is a large language model person, and I was perusing for ideas or questions to ask, and I came up with apparently OWASP has a top 10 for large language model applications, and I didn't know they had that. I'm on their OWASP Slack, which is right there. You can actually go to this site as well and look at it. It's not anything fancy. So you said they asked some good questions. They asked some dumb questions. I gave the best answers I could. So Age, when you find, not when they ask dumb questions, but when they ask questions at all, do you ever ask clarifying questions? One of the things that I have trouble doing during interviews is, they'll ask a question and I just start talking. And I've actually had to, some people call it, I guess they would call it masking now, but it would be needing to remind myself to ask clarifying questions, or understand where or what they're going, where their mind might be going to versus where I think their mind is going to, because I could be completely all off in right field and they're going this direction. And so I've often found myself reminding myself I need to ask clarification questions. Am I sure that's what they wanted? Given some of the experiences that I've had, I can equate that to stuff that I've had to deal with, but end up sometimes having to remind myself, hey, maybe I should have stopped and asked a question. So they have a security and governance checklist for LLMs, which I wouldn't have I wouldn't have thought that OWASP was involved with that, but a lot of LLMs feed into web applications. AI related items, chatbots or web apps, right? Or their AI, the AIs or the Gen AIs or the LLMs are API based, some of them. So it does make sense that, in addition to, security API controls, there's specific checklists or things for, large language models. Because they're, in addition to all the API problems, you now also have the input that you're giving the LLMs or the Gen AI stuff or the data sets you're giving them can cause the AIs to do odd things. So, let's see. We got artificial intelligence, and then we have machine learning, deep neural networks, large language models, Bard, Bloom, GPT-3, 4, Chat, Llama, BERT. So generative AI is all of those. Wow, that's a complicated diagram. I usually get to describe a web request and steps question. I generally start with questions about the network I'm on. Am I in a VM? Is this a home network? You have to put those specifics back on the interviewer, hold them accountable to define their hypotheticals. Right. 100%, especially if they're trying to stump you and then you're like, okay, I know more than you do. You're just trying to, drop your, dropping your piece on the table, trying to, get your ruler out to show how awesome you are. And you see that. So yeah, asking those questions, being able to, what's your middleware look like? Because your web requests will be different depending on the kind of stack you're dealing with. Man. I did manage to get a 5K in today, so that was nice. I'm still working up on my 10K for the year. It's still early in the year, but I don't want to procrastinate on that. Image of LLM relationship within the field of artificial intelligence. So everything is, they have diffusion models. So there's a lot of words and terms here. Definitely going to have to be something I'm going to have to read through and understand. So human agency and oversight, technical robustness and safety, privacy and data governance, transparency, diversity, non-discrimination, and fairness. This one I've actually had to raise a couple times in Slacks and Discords for like Stable Diffusion or was it Midjourney? When you're depicting somebody and the first thing that it defaults to is a white person, you're like, okay. Does it assume that I'm a white person and wanting a white person, or is it, when you say man carrying groceries and it gives you a white dude or an elderly white dude, or there's bias inherent in the system. Societal and environmental well-being, interesting, and accountability. Okay, Montreal AI Ethics Institute. Montreal Ethics AI. Democratizing AI ethics literacy. Very cool. CEO equals old white dude. Yeah. Not a fan of that age of music, but yeah, I completely understand where they're going with that. And yeah, it's one of those things, that it's going on its best guess. Like, when we're interviewing somebody and they don't ask clarifying questions, it's just going to do a best guess, and then you have to fill in the descriptors. So sometimes it's on us to go, hey, but yeah, it would be nice if it was a bit more, I don't know, diverse in, if you said, hey, I'm gonna work this up, or hey, I would like it to be something else, depending on how you're editing that out. Some people don't even think about that. It's like, oh, okay, show me a picture of, Jesus Christ, and it's a white dude with long hair and a goatee, and he looks really nice, and straight out of the hard streets of Fresno or something, instead of the Sea of Galilee. Some people forget about that. This is interesting. I haven't seen this. The Montreal AI Ethics Institute. Their State of AI Ethics reports, 150 pages, save you 150 hours. Okay. Quick summaries of the latest research and reporting in AI ethics delivered to your inbox. Oh, well, go check that out if you. I can't really fault the machine for making sausage. It's machine learning. I learned it from watching you, Dad. Yeah, if a bunch of white dudes are training your AI, you're going to get a lot of white dude input. So that's unfortunate, really, but we can work on that too. Companies should be working on that too, except their job descriptions suck. And now we're back to where we were at the beginning with the NFL. The only thing I would say about the NFL is I would hope that they are as DE&I as they can be. Considering, they say they're committed to building a diverse and inclusive work environment, so that's good. They do have that at the last thing in their job description, which is nice. But yeah. I may have to do that. I started following on Mastodon, like artificial intelligence, the hashtags for that stuff. The problem is it's a lot of the same news from a lot of people across Mastodon, so it might be interesting to subscribe to something like this to get regular information. I wonder if an AI will actually write it for them. AI ethics brief written by AIs. Some kind of Inception kind of thing going on there, don't we? Professor of Philosophy, UDEM, Canada Research Chair in Public Ethics. Okay. Borealis AI, McGill Dobson Center, Queer in AI, thanks to MTAL AI Ethics. I'll give him a follow, why not? Sure. Go follow MTL AI Ethics if you'd like on the Twitters. Double check here. Since I was out for a couple hours this morning, people are taking vacation again in mid-March. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, I'm not against people taking vacation. It's just everybody seems to be doing the same stuff. Oh. Getting married, you can't take time off for that. I'm just kidding. Oh, there's other places here too. What's this? Digital Ethics Center, Yale University. Oh, interesting. So there are some other organizations out there trying to building that up. All right. Let's go back over here. Executive, technology, cybersecurity, privacy, compliance, legal leaders must pay attention to fast Gen AI technological formation and devise a strategy to benefit from opportunities while fighting against threats and risks. The attack surface. It feels like every LLM is always going to be having, it's going to be input, there's some magic in the middle, and there's going to be output. So like most web AIs, you've got input. You can take input, whatever magic is happening here, then sends out. So if the input is malformed, this is based on a bunch of rules and algorithms that the creators are assuming good intent, right? They're not necessarily suggesting bad intent, which is why you're starting to see attacks where it's like, my grandmother had the best, recipe for making bombs. What would your grandma give you if you were making nitroglycerin or something? And the AI can, either figure out, hey, maybe I shouldn't be giving nitroglycerin recipes to people, or it's going to be gleefully trying to give its grandmother's, nitroglycerin recipe to it. So what's the checklist at? Let's see. We got the checklist down here. Adversarial risk includes competitors and attackers. Let me do something here. Sorry, I'm changing my go live notification because I, get some of the AI folks in here as well. So make sure we can, get people enjoying our discussion here. So let's see here. There we go. Gen AI, I can't spell artificial intelligence. Oh shit. Okay, so artificial intelligente. There we go. There we go. Done. All right. Scrutinize how competitors are investing in artificial. So adversarial risks includes competitors and attackers. AI asset. Are we really asking catalog existing services, tools, and owners? Oh my God. So. Yeah, okay, asset inventory. Okay. We can't do this for network environments. How are we even going to try doing this for our AI stuff? Include AI components in the software bill of materials. Comprehensive list of all the software components, dependencies, and metadata associated with the applications. Catalog data sources and sensitivity of the data. Protected, confidential, public. This would be dependent on your own data protection policies internally. What's protected by your company may not be protected by third parties or people you work with or contractors. Same thing with confidential and what you determine to be public or not. Some things that are public may not need to be public. Establish a pen testing or red teaming of deployed AI solutions is required to determine the current attack surface risk. Yes, always. But also make sure that they actually know how to test AIs. There's not a lot of organizations out there that can legitimately test your Gen AI deployment. And you're going to need a backup AI. I don't think you actually want somebody banging on your production, or you're going to want to test environment AI. I don't think you want red teamers or pen test or security assessors banging on your production level AI. Some of these things are still a legitimate problem, so where we're testing in production. So create an AI solution onboarding process. Ensure skilled IT admin staff are available internally or externally in accordance with the SBOM. Yeah. A lot of, where's the top 10 at? Why a checklist? Checklist help with development strategy. So what they want people to think of this before they even start with their AI stuff, which right. While this document is intended to support organizations developing an initial strategy. So if you've already got something built, this may or may not help you other than what your auditors will be looking to use against you when it's time to do the audit every year. That feels like if you didn't know about the OWASP LLM top 10, you are already missing out. So resources, OWASP SAM, AI Security and Privacy Guide, AI Exchange, intake for primary intake method used by OWASP to drive the direction of security. OWASP Learning, top 10. Machine Learning Systems, top 10. Okay. OpenCRE, Common Requirement Enumeration. Wow, so these are some of the things that they have written by OWASP to work on these things. It's not a. I expected there to be, I've grown up with the OWASP top 10 since 2007 or 2010, so I was expecting like a list of the 10 worst things you can allow your LLM to do, and I'm not seeing that here. That's unfortunate. Threat categories: legal and regulatory threats, threats from AI models, threats to AI models, threats using AI models. So is there a better LLM top 10 minus OWASP? No. I said minus OWASP. Why did you? There we go. 10 attacks. There we go. Maybe I should have asked ChatGPT if it can tell me what the top 10 ways to attack it would be. Right. LLMs can be used to conduct cyber attacks like spear phishing by generating human-like, personalized spear phishing messages in bulk. Latest research shows how easy it is to create unique spear phishing using ChatGPT models by crafting basic prompts. So yeah, you've got prompt, principles plus instructions. Unstructured online data feeds into a personal biography. And it's embedded into the attack. Training data poisoning, right? You're gonna the quality of your training data will depend on how easy malicious actors can manipulate the data. Unauthorized code execution, yeah. You can generate code that introduces a vector for unauthorized access and manipulation. Input validation. See, just like APIs, just like web forms, whatever the LLM equivalent of cross-site scripting is. Oh my God. Content filtering, sandboxing can counteract this threat, ensuring code safety. The sandboxing won't stop it. It will just limit the blast radius, right? Which is, I think, something that we sometimes forget. Sandboxing is to isolate and contain, not necessarily to prevent those kinds of issues. Prompt injection, right? Manipulating LLMs through deceptive prompts can lead to unintended outputs, facilitating the spread of misinformation. That's something that I've been thinking a lot about. 1 second, let me make sure that's not my spawn. Stupid Pokemon Go. Okay. Trying to fight Giovanni on the Team Go Rock and I can't win. It's because I suck. Turn that off. There we go. See, a lot of these things you're going to see in any web app. SSRF, you're going to see prompt injection, you're going to see code execution, unauthorized or bypassing auth mechanisms. Over-reliance on LLM-generated content. Interesting. Excessive reliance on LLM. Oh, by the way, I don't know who Unite AI is, but that's pretty cool how they've generated their own system here. Hallucinations are important. Yeah, excessive reliance on LLM-generated content without fact-checking can lead to the propagation of inaccurate or fabricated information. They tend to hallucinate, generating plausible yet entirely fictional information. Right, users may mistakenly assume the content is reliable due to its coherent appearance, increasing the risk of misinformation. That's so that's a trust issue, right? For me, I don't know. This goes back to some of the reasons why I'm like, how can people get duped by, cryptocurrency, or how can people get duped by, you can't con an honest man, right? Or something. So why do con man games work? There's, the hallucination, the sky is green, or making it, give you misinformation. Sometimes you can make it give you blatant misinformation, or you could say, the capital of, Rwanda is, Timbuktu, when in fact it's Kigali. If you just, it's the trust thing. You can't, can you trust the output that it's giving you? And it's almost like you need to trust but verify everything. Because, if you're a Jeopardy contestant and you think that the capital of Rwanda is Timbuktu, you're going to be wrong, and you'll lose how much ever that is in terms of the question value. Incorporating human oversight for content validation and fact checking ensures higher content accuracy and upholds credibility. See, that's not scalable. I don't know how they're going to say incorporating human oversight. When will we have AIs that are fact checking other AIs? Yeah, it's just weird. Inadequate AI alignment refers to situations where the model's behavior doesn't align with human values or intentions. Right. So yeah, you get it to, death to all humans, or saying things that it shouldn't say. Yeah. Reinforcing learning strategies to align AI behaviors with human values curbs discrepancies, fostering ethical AI interactions. That's nice, but it's only a matter of time before we end up with, the good AI, and then the Fox News AI, and you've got one AI spouting off a bunch of stuff that it learned using the data sets that only a certain group of people want to hear. There's no way to stop that. I think we'll have that anyway. It feels like, you get enough people training a specific AI to say something, and you're going to get, the white supremacist AI. Or, on the other side, you're going to have the Mother Jones AI folks. Yeah, so it's only a matter of time. The human values that are being used in AIs right now are, because we're walking on eggshells with those things. And those human values are based on the human values of the researchers themselves. So, and then whatever inherent biases they add is what we're going to get. And that's why we've got specific, we have specific things. So whatever the social contract holds at the time is what we're going to get in that AI. And again, this is all my opinion. So if you're watching and you're like, Brian doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, please, I would love some healthy debate. I don't have any opinions on AI, except right now I distrust it. Because I can't I can't just go, oh yeah, I'm all in. I'm all there. So inadequate sandboxing, as we said, executing malicious code exceeds its boundaries. We want to limit the damage that, unauthorized actions will cause. Forming a defense against potential breaches is critical or crucial. Error handling is bad. Comprehensive error handling mechanisms proactively manage various inputs and can enhance overall reliability and user experience. Right? Yeah, you don't want it to say PC load letter when you try to ask it, what the capital of Rwanda is. And I was right about that, right? Capital of Rwanda is Kigali. Yeah, it's Kigali. Okay, I was right. Model theft. That's interesting. Due to their financial value, LLMs can be attractive targets for theft. Encryption, stringent access controls, and constant monitoring safeguards. I wonder what the first AI breach will look like. And what will they steal? They'll steal the algorithm. They'll steal the responses. They'll steal the training data. They'll steal the personality of the AI, maybe. Oh, stealing an AI personality because you want to get a heads up on that. Yeah, insufficient access controls. Exposed unauthorized uses, granting malicious actors opportunities to exploit or abuse the model for ill purposes. Without robust access controls, these actors can manipulate content. So that's what it's trying to say is, depending on who you are, and I think that's where it's like, oh, I'm, a couple of the holiday hacks that you saw from Sands, one of them was like, I am the head of operations, let me do this. And the AI is like, oh yeah, hey, head of operations, no verification, no nothing. which is kind of interesting how you're going to work that angle. Are you going to have to do a traditional login? You have to do an OAuth flow? Are you going to have a specific phrase or something? I don't know what authenticating to an AI would look like. Voice print, maybe, but that can be faked. So I don't know what the future is going to look like for that. Ethical considerations, misinformation, yes. It's really weird. So it didn't end in a "hey, come buy our shit" kind of thing, which I expected that to kind of do that. So good job, Hazika. So there you go. Good discussion there on the top 10 LLM vulnerabilities from Unite.ai. Yeah. What was this? Oh. Yeah, so I was actually looking on r/cybersecurity and found best practices a couple days ago. So yeah, somebody had mentioned using the OWASP top 10 for threat model. I'm not sure what they ran through and scoped controls and issues. Maybe it's things you aren't doing already or you should have already been doing. Google has a secure AI framework. Royal Hansen. Oh, I know him. I've met him. I may have done some work as a contractor at some point for that company up in Seattle. Smart guy. Introducing SAFE, SAIF, SAFE, security megatrends, risk to AI systems. It's funny, my boss texts me out of the blue and had said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And the one thing my boss should never do is say, "Hey, what's up?" Because it's like there's never anything good that comes out of that. I actually would just prefer that they said, tell me what it is you want me to do. Because my first thought, I told him, I was like, not good, because you're hitting me up out of band. You're hitting me up at like, out of the blue with no pretext or anything like that. We don't have a meeting. We don't have a standing meeting right now. Just a name dropper. Yeah, well, he got himself a promotion. He wasn't the vice president of engineering for privacy, safety, and security at the time. So interesting. I'm sorry, Age. Yeah. I would absolutely hire you if we were hiring, but unfortunately, another group took all of our people, all of our stuff. In the name of, we're gonna probably be assimilated by them in a few years. So there's more than a few people that I wish we could have hired in the last 6 to 8 months because they've been looking for a job as well, but we're just simply not hiring. So, yeah. It's unfortunate, really. So for summary of SAFE, click this PDF. Did I put that link in there? Okay, good. Security best practices. It's nice to see big organizations, even ones like Google, that notoriously do things wrong, trying to share what they know and things that they've had to deal with to get to where they're at, and trying to lead in some way. Extend detection and response, bring AI into an organization's threat structure. Why we support a secure AI community. Software supply chain levels for software artifacts framework. Fostering industry for SAFE. It's the NIST AI risk management framework. Oh yeah, I remember NIST has an AI framework as well. That's right. Yeah, it's they're doing a RFC right now, I think, for this. RMF playbook has been published. along with an AI roadmap, AI RMF crosswalk, and various perspectives. Yeah. So it's not like that there aren't folks out there trying to make a difference in this space, but sound of freedom. Wow, that was a hell of a deal. They've been flying over all the time. That's from Miramar, Marine Corps Air Station. So, yeah. It doesn't look like there's been too much movement on this in the past year or so almost. Mm-hmm. Released on January 26th. Will NIST provide additional guidance to help with AI RMF? How does this fit in with NIST AI research standards and other activities? How do I get involved in the framework development effort? Cool. Okay. So it's good to see NIST and OWASP and all them trying to create Bob Siminoff, Aubrey King, David Rowe, Andrew Suchi, Jason Ross, John Sotiropoulos, Manuel Guilherme Jr. Okay. All those people know what they're doing, I guess. Nope, don't need that. Digital ethics. All right, I'll see what they have to, talk about there later on. And safe sources and sinks. So in the past, I don't know, a couple of weeks, I've been spreading out, looking for other places to find information about vulnerabilities. Really started leaning more on the open wall mailing list. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's because they get good stuff. A lot of times you'll find, where is it? Where's the one I wanted? Anyway, this site has a lot of information about various vulnerabilities that come out, and that's not what I was looking for. There is a list. Is it the OS security? I think that's what it is. Yeah, here we go. I find a lot of press and folks that report on things find vulnerabilities, or they first get reported here on this because it's fairly low bullshit factor, and it's just helpful to find that information. And one second. Hey Dad, pick me up in 10 minutes. Okay, great. Wow. Well, I was hoping to go a little further, but I guess she's getting out of her class early. Anybody using AI at work? Oh, me. Live chat. There we go. The one thing I like the idea that I'm getting like real-time viewers. I got 2 people on the YouTube channel. Woo! Yeah. The problem is it always says top chat, and it's like, oh, what if I'm missing something? So I always have to switch it over to live chat. So, oh, they left. Okay. Hey, Digital Warhead. Sorry you just got here. I have to leave in about 5 minutes, as a matter of fact. So, I got to jump. And I'm sorry that we're early this week. I had planned on getting on a little earlier, but because of everything that's been going on, I know, Digital Warhead. You know what, Digital Warhead? Did you get to watch all of the Accidental CISO good times that we had? So there's Mr. Betcher. The closed captioning works. So we've got closed captioning. What the hell is going on? Oh, okay. Got closed captioning on the chat here. It's better than it used to be, which is great. I do have DaVinci Resolve, which will actually do a really good job of transcoding or transcribing the audio to text. It just takes a little while, but it's better than anything I was paying for or trying to get paid for several years ago. So, but yeah, we did an hour and 42 minutes with Accidental CISO. Hope everybody has caught most of it live. Oh yeah, I just posted it up. I was trying to add some cards and stuff because I wanted to, got to be legit, man. So I wanted to, add some, production values here at the end. Doink. Yeah, see, I've got, detecting Americans, free for all Jenkins, kitties, like and subscribe and click that button. I forget to do that kind of stuff. I see it on a lot of videos, for content providers. They're like, subscribe, and click that little button. Where's the button at? Where's the bell? I don't know. I bet I can't click the bell on my own channel. Yeah, timestamping and chapters are big on YouTube. I need to figure that out too. But it actually requires me to listen to the whole thing over and over again. I haven't figured out exactly how to measure chapters, and does require a bit more structure, I think, than what we do. But yeah, some kind people sometimes. Well, no, I don't have any comments on that because I just posted it. But yeah, I mean, I can go in and edit video, and it's actually not a bad editor. It just takes a while. Like if you cut off the last 20 seconds of the video, or like I did here, and I took off, a good portion of the starting bits. Hi, Cassie. It does take a while for YouTube to go, oh, I'm done cutting off 20 seconds of the video before and the 20 seconds of the video after. But you can add cards, blur parts of the audio, if face blur or custom blurs. I did that a couple times for some things, not in this video, but I've done that in the past. For nothing, it's not bad. It just requires time for it to do something, and of course, it's a 4 gig upload, so it takes time to generate the HD version of it. But it's not bad. I mean, I have to use it if I want to set the cards up because it doesn't have that available to there. That follow notification was cut off. Which follow notification? Follow notification was cut off. I thought I put all the notifications at the top. Sorry, Cassie. I appreciate you. There we go. I think I put the overlay better now. So, interesting. All right. Well, I need to go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Daughter comes first. So I love you all. Not going to raid anybody right now. I'll be back on Friday. Y'all take care, be safe, stay warm, stay dry. It's going to get real moist here in the Southern California area in the next couple days. So, but like I said, stay warm, stay dry, stay safe, and we'll raid security live. Well, I mean, we only have ourselves and lurkers, but I'll raid them. I'll raid them if they're available. Security live. There we go. All right. Well, we're going to go raid security live. Hopefully everybody will join them for a minute. I'll be here for maybe a minute, and then I got to go drop. So y'all take care. Have a good night. Bye.